But when I came to rest, I realized that it was more than a punch, because my teeth were laying flat in my mouth and my jaw collapsed on top of itself.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tom Wills.
And I'm Staci Spanos. Winston Churchill once said, if you're going through hell, keep going. And the people you are going to hear from tonight really exemplify that mentality.
They're ordinary people, just like you and just like us, who encountered extraordinary circumstances and lived to tell about it.
January 26, 2008, the day started same as any other day. I was working off duty at the mall with my partner, Chris Brown. Worked there thousands of times before. Actually, when the incident took place, we were sitting in the security office, just kind of kicked back, relaxing. And we were notified by Belts Loss Prevention that they were going to be making a stop on 2 shoplifters. Suspect Joel Abner turns around, puts his hands up, and he's still backpedaling. When he's backpedaling, telling him, just stop, you know, it's over, you're dealing with the police, stop running. He never said a word, just kept backpedaling, and then just took off running again, turned and took off running again. By that time, I was closing the gap on him anyway, because he was tired. When I got to him, I put my hand on his sweatshirt. He was wearing a black hooded sweatshirt that zips up in the front. I grabbed the hood of it, and when I grabbed the hood of it, he spun around real quick and with his arm high and broke my grip off his thing. So now we're face to face. So as soon as we go face to face, I grab him by his head and I pull him in close, and I start giving him knee strikes to his thigh, trying to get him to the ground. We're going to go to the ground. So as we're fighting, shortly into that fight, I felt a heavy impact to my face. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, he really punched me hard. That was a good one. Get yourself together. Let's get back in this fight. You know, this might be going bad for you. And but when I came to rest, I realized that it was more than a punch, because my teeth were laying flat in my mouth and my jaw collapsed on top of itself. So I could feel like this line right here, my jaw collapsed in and my teeth were laying horizontal in my mouth. And I said, well, something's definitely wrong here. When I look up, he's standing over top of me and he's shooting me. When I look up, he's standing over top of me, and he's shooting me. By the time I realize what he's doing and what's going on, he's starting to walk away from me, but he's looking back and he's shooting pot shots at me. And when I realized that happened, my will to win kicked in, and I wasn't going to let this happen like this. I sat up. I drew my pistol. Just that little bit of motion of me sitting up, he realized I was not dead, because he was walking away from me he thought he killed me. Well, I think he thought he killed me, because as soon as I sat up, he started closing that gap back on me. So when he started coming in, I started shooting one-handed on him, but I was laying on my back, and I was trying to fight to my feet to get a good pistol stance and deliver some accurate rounds on him. So I'm giving him rounds. As I'm fighting to get to my feet, I'm shooting one-handed, pushing off. As I'm pushing off, I can feel a huge pain through my left thigh and my right buttock. So I know that I'm hit more than just my face. I'm getting up, and when I make it to my knee, he was coming straight at me, but then I started driving him off to my right. So I could tell I was hitting him. He wasn't reacting to the hits like you would think someone reacts to hits like in the movies. All he was doing was wincing. When he would wince like this, I knew I was hitting him, because he was coming straight, and now I'm driving him to my right. So I'm hitting him, and he's wincing in pain. I can feel it. So he started coming around, and when he made it parallel with me, the suspect fell. And when he fell, I grabbed him by his shirt, and I pulled him as close to me as I could. I'm still on my knee, so we're like belly to back. His face is facing away from me. I grab him, and I pull him, and we fall to the side. And I put my pistol to his head, and I fired 3 extreme close quarter hits to his head. At that point, I was hoping the fight was over. The gunfight itself was probably 5 seconds, because I fired 14 rounds, he fired 12 in 5 seconds. So I mean, it was a pretty violent encounter that we met in. I was hit 7 times. I was hit the first one went right into my jaw and exited out my neck. I took 3 to my body armor. I took 1 through my left thigh, 1 in my right buttock, which is still like lodged against my hip, and then 1 to my right elbow. He was there to put me down and put me out of the fight. He wasn't there. This was not a shoot somebody and run off. This was he was there to fight, and he was going to kill me and then run off. He was going to eliminate me as as someone who could witness him or anything like that. That's just how law enforcement works. It can go from a shoplifting foot chase to full-on fighting for your life, just like that. Well, normally he would have given up as soon as I made contact with him the first time with the taser. And I don't know what was going through his head. He was wearing 2 pair of jeans. And he had money on him to pay for the jeans that he stole. It entered dead center of my chin right here. It looked like it was a .45 caliber round, which is big. It's a 230 grain. He was shooting full metal jackets. So when it went in, it just punched a perfect dime size hole right there. And then when it came in, it took out 3/4 of my jaw this way and then exited out my neck. Why I survived? It's because I took it to him. I took that fight to him, and I won that fight. Is why I survived. I'm not going to sit there and let luck or anything else determine my fate. I'm going to sit there and fight, and that's what I think everybody should do. If it's your life and your business, then you need to take care of your own business.